So yeah, so you were, asking. We were asking that question. So how can you?
So I'm Joe Ghansham, and we're talking about the word stronger, right? What makes you stronger? And I truly believe that what makes you stronger is you, right? Is you finding the love within you, finding the strength within you, finding the goodness within you, and understanding what is your legacy. What is your legacy that you would like to be remembered for?
And what is that basically that you can be remembered for? What do you want people maybe?
My legacy is to be kind, to be given, to be sharing, to unite, to understand that it's one race, and that is the human race, to hold hands in good times and in bad, just like a marriage, or better than a marriage, and to do an act of kindness every day of your life. And the kindness, as I've said over and over, it does not have to be about what you give and material things or financials. It can be as simple as a smile, stopping a car for somebody across the road, raising your hand to someone. That is an act of kindness. And I truly believe an act of kindness does so much for you, but it also can be infectious to the world, to people.
Definitely. But how do you continue to maintain such a thing of being kind and generous, and it's a difficult thing to do all the time.
I think like everything else in life, you envision your goal, you envision your roadmap, where do you want to go, what do you want to do, and the first thing, as Oprah has said, when you wake up in the morning, you decide what day you want, or how your day. And the first thing you do is be thankful that you're alive. And I don't do that all the time, because sometimes I forget, because I'm not perfect. Well, but you decide what destiny you want to take for that day, and you envision that. And you just make that becomes a reality, and you think about that every hour, or every second, every hour, and for me, that has worked. People are different. We are different. We're challenged in different ways. We've got different priorities. We've got different. So what may work for me may not work for you, may not work for the other person, may not work for the other person. But I do believe that the most horrible thing is demonizing and criticizing people. Am I a hypocrite for saying that? Partly, because there are times when I may not say it out loud, but I think it. But it's how treating another human being, talking about. You and I both know that I have been blasted left, right, and center, and you've got to really have a thick skin to really endure, and
that self-esteem has to be.
And that self-esteem has to be very empowered.
Yeah.
So you've got to decide to empower yourself. So you either fall or will you stand up? And I've said this time and time again. I've faced and knocked down some of the toughest situations, the brick walls. I have challenged myself. I have challenged people. I have stand up for what I believe in. I think it is important to live your truth, speak your truth, embrace your truth, but most of all, create a legacy. And that legacy is, who are you? What is it you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered for your glitzy clothing, what comes out of your mouth, what you drive, where you live? If you buy a red bottom shoe, you show it off. Is that, and if that's your legacy, that is your legacy. Who am I to dictate? But my legacy is to find who I am, what I'm about, and to leave. So what I'm trying to tell you is my legacy is basically to leave a good name, because I do believe that's, in the end, we've watched how many people die during this traumatic pandemic in the world, and so many of my friends, whether they're filthy rich or filthy poor,
But you remember them for something that they did?
I remember them. My friend Sita Pandey, who's a sister to me and an amazing Guyanese singer, she died, 3 months ago. When I'm alone, I go on YouTube and I play Sita Pandey's song. I want to hear her voice. That's the legacy she's left for me. And her kind heart, I remember her, right? So that's a legacy, but you have to find your legacy. And right, but besides legacy, stronger. Because people in this world, unfortunately, will continue to demonize you, will continue to call you names, mockery. I have been called so many names, and if I identify those names, I will give those people relevance. And why give them relevance? Right? I get up every day, I take care of 10 animals with assistance. I make a plan, I pay people to work. Those people's lives are in my hands, their daily income, because I've got to work. I've got commitment from family to friends to people to my work to my sponsors. That's important to me. Sitting down demonizing people and worrying about what I am an entertainer. I have been a television entertainer against her. And as Madonna has said, please keep reinventing yourself, because if you don't reinvent yourself, you will fall flat and starve. Do I want to do that? No, that's not who I am. Matt Damon, who came in the movie Brokeback Mountain and played a gay character and romanced a man in the movie, was making $5 million a movie prior to Brokeback Mountain. His salary went to $20 million after that movie, and he's won an Oscar. And now to get him to do movies, $25 million. One of the biggest actors, you know that, and
that took his career to
a new level. The important thing is, so my career is entertaining, raising the bar, right? Someone else's career is a teacher, but a teacher wants to grow to become what a headmistress and maybe director or whatever it is. So there's a path. So why does my path has to be degraded? Why a teacher, a police, a radio personality, everybody wants to grow and stay
They have a way to go, and you have that way to go. And for you to be able to reach new heights, you have new things you've got to explore and new things you've got to touch in order to get to the level that you want it to be. As you said, being a stronger person and reaching your legacy. And it's not an easy thing because you're competing. You are. It's a highly competitive world in terms of entertainment. So in terms of that, how do you ensure that you stay stronger in that regard to maintain that legacy?
I continue to be creative. I continue to do me. And I do me. Because every day, every week, and I am not, it's not enough. So don't feel I'm complaining at all. The fact that when you talk about me every day, it tells to me I am relevant and I am doing something good. Whether I wear a ball in my head, right, which it's the comments, the illiteracy of it all, because nobody has done their research and they see it as a ball. Shame on you. Read a book. You know what I mean? But keep talking. Keep the talk going. Let's start talking. I'm not offended by that, but when you bring up ignorance, it's sad. If you're going to do a topic on me or talk about me or make a comment about you're wearing purple, although the audience can see, who am I to judge if you want to wear purple? Everything in this life is subjective.
That's right.
Right?
And there are going to be people who are going to appreciate that what you do, and then there are going to be people who are not going to be so much appreciative of what you do.
And that's okay.
But that's okay. But at the end of the day, it's all about bringing what's for the people and bringing that entertainment to them, and that's what
Right, and that's what I do, and some people will accept and some people wouldn't. But just like how, and that's their prerogative.
Yeah, that's their prerogative.
But that is their prerogative. But then, is it not my prerogative to do what I want and live how I want and be with who I want and love who I want? And does it matter who you love, or is it once you love?
It doesn't matter who you love, once you love.
Right.
And once you have the love in your heart, that's the most important.
You know, I saw this thing last night where Barbara Walters, about 7 years, I don't know, maybe 2010, more than 10 years ago, interviewed Ricky Martin. And Ricky Martin came out yesterday for the first time. He's older now, he's married to his husband, and he's got about 3-4 children, and he's widely successful. He's going on a tour with the other Spanish guy, that one who says you can run, you can hide, but you can't escape. Right, Iglesias' son. They're going on a tour together. So Ricky Martin says in 2010, Barbara Walters asked him, "What is your sexuality?" or something about sexuality, and he says he was so uncomfortable and he felt like he was squeezed into a corner. And he says, "Why should I answer that? What does that matter? Talk to me about what I do and not who I do."
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
If I kill someone, which is out of the extraordinary, you have a right as the public to question it, because that is kind of way out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But if I want to choose you, to be with you, to love you,
That, you know, it's
I'm
a free
hurting no one.
society. We're a free society. We should start be a free thinking society where we can explore, and that should be allowed to happen. I think that's where you grow. That's where you learn.
And I gotta tell you, and I continue, I'm always saying this, I love the people. The business entity of this country appreciates me as I appreciate and adore everybody I work for. Because when I work for companies like GTT or With or Sterling or Pepsi or whomever, I take pride in that. Or GPL or whoever. I take pride in that because they are paying me a paycheck. And I don't feel just playing their ads on my show is enough. I want to drive business into them. I want to give, because I take pride in that. My point to that is they judge me based on, hey, your work. That's what we care about. So there are a huge majority of people in this country that are very like, hey, do this work for me, and that's all I care about. You know, what you do and how you do it and what you think is,
It
you know,
doesn't matter once you do
it does not matter. We have, well, the ministry has the Guide to Talent Search, which has been an amazing project, especially during this time, right? Where we need, it's stressful, we need unity, we need love, we need entertainment, we need laughter, we need all that stuff. And they've done an extremely amazing job. So did the crew at AJTV, all of our esteemed judges, entire 40, 50 people crew, I don't know how many, because there are always so many. And instead of the encouragement, you hear the bashing. You get encouragements too. I don't want to be one-sided. But you get these people who call themselves whatever, but they're just looking for relevance, you know? You are looking for relevance. Right? Do something, read a book, read a page, clean your house, wipe down your walls, learn how to, you know, I'm not demonizing, but I'm saying, gosh, find something productive to do and let the world be stronger.
Yeah.
And find your legacy and deliver your legacy.
You know, and you mentioned stronger. And for you to be able to maintain that type of strength, to be strong, it comes from, sometimes it doesn't come from a good place.
It doesn't.
But how do you ensure that you remain at that level to be strong? What motivates you? What has driven you to be stronger?
My stronger and my legacy did not come from a good place. It has come from a very, very dark place, right? When I go to fall, because I'm stronger, I'm titanium, right? You can't break me. But every time I go to fall, I remember So I have to make a choice. Do I want to go back there,
Where you came.
or do I want to keep heading in the direction where the light is?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I go back here, it's pretty dark. So I want to head where the light is, so I can see the end of the tunnel.
Right.
And that's what makes me stronger.
Definitely.
Stronger.
Stronger.
Find your legacy and live your truth. Speak your truth in unified, especially in a time where our world and our country needs it so badly.
Yeah.